Hi YouTube, Nicole here. This is going to be take 2. I wanted to let you know I have a couple things I wanted to talk to you about. There's no weight update here at all, so if that's what you're looking for, you're not going to get it. You know me, I only weigh in once a month. Okay, first things first, I just got back from Ruby Tuesday, and I wanted to let you know that if you need a place to go out to eat with your weight loss surgery friends or not, they are so accommodating there. They will honor your bariatric card stating that you have a small pouch. I got an appetizer, and they let me get the salad for $2.99. I just went up and got a salad and just loaded it with protein. I put mushrooms and cheese and seeds and used the low-fat dressing that they had there, and spinach and mixed greens, and oh, it was so good. And today, yahoo, was a good eating day for me. As some of you know, I still at 3.5 months, or 13, excuse me, and a half months out, I still don't tolerate a lot of foods. It's a challenge. Some days I have no desire to eat, and I just keep saying, okay, Nicole, embrace the tool, embrace the tool. That's what it's there for. It's still helping you lose the weight you need to lose. Okay, so this is a video for Rosemary, officially. Rosemary and I had a wonderful talk. I'm so glad you called me today, Rosemary. It just lightens my day to know that you call me. And you give me so much. So thank you for being who you are. But you had mentioned that you wanted me to do this video about sugar alcohols. And I'm doing this video for anyone that's questioning what the difference is with sugar alcohol and sugar and what that does to our body. And also for newbies that are maybe getting some information from people that they maybe should not heed. And then finally for people that might consider weight loss surgery and, you know, your plans for, you know, what you need to prepare for post-operatively. First of all, my program, as I've shared before, is quite strict nutritionally. We have a large 90-gram protein requirement per day until you hit maintenance. So I still have to do that to this day. And I do accredit that to why I have lost over 203 pounds so far. And as you know, I don't weigh in, so I won't know for another 2 weeks or so what I weigh, and you won't know either. But I won't be a slave to the scale until I hit maintenance, and then that's when I'll get the scale and weigh on a weekly basis. Sugar alcohols. Okay, in my program, we are not to have over 8 grams of sugar in a meal, and that also includes 8 grams of sugar alcohol. So if you get a product that says no sugar, but there's over 8 grams of sugar alcohols, we are asked to abstain from that. Or if you need to cut it down to a portion size so that it's less than 8 grams. There are some protein bars on the market that people have been encouraged to use. They're called Atkins bars, A-T-K-I-N-S or A-T-D-K-I-N-S, whatever. They're protein bars. And the majority of them are good. I buy the ones that I do get when I use them are at Walmart in the pharmacy section. But there are some, they're usually the Indulge bars, they call them. They have high sugar alcohol. And two things can happen with large amounts of sugar alcohol. One is the normal thing that happens when you take sugar alcohols in, and that is diarrhea. And then the second thing that can happen with those of us that have had Roux-en-Y weight loss surgery is dumping. Do not think, and do not confuse the two. Do not think that if you're abstaining from the sugar and then you're just going to substitute it and have sugar alcohol, that you're not going to dump, because there is a large, I shouldn't say large, there is a strong possibility that you will dump on the sugar alcohols, because we still metabolize things quickly, rapidly, hits our system, and bam, you can be sick. One of the things that my program taught me, and one of the things I'd like to pass on to you as newbies or people that even haven't had surgery yet but that are going to, is don't test the waters. Don't try to figure out how many cookies can I eat, how many slices of pizza can I have, how many sugar alcohols can I take in or sugars can I take in before I actually dump. I've heard people I've heard people on YouTube, and God bless you, I'm not trying to lecture you, but I've heard people say, oh, I can get into 22 grams of sugar before I dump. Okay, great. Glad you know that. I'd rather not know. I dump, the first time I dumped, I did it on accident. I was eating soy protein chips and using a little bit of pimento cheese spread, and I dumped. And I'm glad I dump. For those of you who don't dump, I'm sorry for you, because I feel like that's an additional tool for me that's allowed me to be a little bit more prudent with the diet plan that I choose to follow. I think I shared with you all that I found that chocolate bar from Power Crunch that's a dark chocolate. I also found out they now have a milk chocolate one too, which my girlfriend likes better, that we bought at the vitamin shop last week. And Rosemary and I were discussing this. If you can't eat just half the bar because it's 2 servings, go to the vitamin shop, buy it, break it in half, throw half of it away, and then eat the half that you can have, because there's 6 sugar alcohols in it, or 6 sugars in it, excuse me. And if you eat the 12, you could very well dump. Don't push the envelope. Don't try to see how far you can go. One of the girls in my program, it's so sad, shared finally, and she was embarrassed to do it, and we embraced her because we're like, no, this is where you need to be able to talk about it. But she shared that she tested the waters, and guess what she found out, folks? She doesn't dump. She had a Roux-en-Y. Yes, she has a small pouch, but she can eat carbohydrates and nothing happens to her. She does not dump. And she was crying about it. You know, she was like, now I have this problem, now I'm back, I've slipped. She's over 2 years out from surgery, and she's having a terrible time because she can't lose any more weight, and she's just been carving out like crazy. And those of us, you know, they give us this tool, they give us this small pouch, hopefully that they give you the Roux-en-Y, and if you've had that particular procedure and you dump, or like if you've had lap band and you get stuck. I know about the PB, and we do that too with Roux-en-Y, but you know, why test the waters? You went and had this major surgery. I'm not saying that you have to put your head in the sand and never live life again and never experiment and never have something. Yes, I've had a bite of pizza. I tend to scrape the toppings of the pizza off and not eat the bread, and then I'll eat a little bit of the crust just to get a little bit of that flavor in. But why test the water? Why go and have this major surgery, especially when there's people out there who would like to have the surgery and can't, and sabotage yourself? We deserve better. You deserve better. You deserve better to not find out whether you dump or do not dump. I'm a food addict. Are you a food addict? Ask yourself, what triggers you? Is it carbohydrates? Is it white sugar? Is it white flour? What are you going to do about that? Are you going to get honest with yourself? Are you in therapy? Are you getting help for yourself so that you don't, when you have your head hunger, when you have your emotional issues hit you? I have to do it myself too. I'm talking to myself also. I have a great book called Food for Thought that I use, and it's a daily meditation that I picked up years ago, and I got a brand new one, and it sits in my bathroom, folks, so that every day I can pick it up and I can read and get my little mantra for the day, my little bit of meditation about food and the fact that I am an addict. Okay, enough of my lecture. Don't test the waters. Keep those sugar alcohols low, as well as your sugars in a serving of snack or dinner, whatever it may be. Remember, protein first at all times. Some of us can eat more carbs than others. Some of us, I can eat a couple crackers. I can eat fruit. I don't eat a lot of it, but I do. I prefer the vegetables. I eat dried vegetables. I eat a lot of raw seeds, raw fruits and veg, and you know, I feel healthier, my skin's healthier, I feel better, and I know my daughter's benefiting from my changes in lifestyle too.